Classical conditioning, a fundamental theory in the field of psychology, is a learning process that occurs through associations between an environmental stimulus and a naturally occurring stimulus. Pioneered by Russian physiologist Ivan Pavlov in the early 20th century, classical conditioning is a foundational concept in behavioral psychology, demonstrating how certain stimuli can trigger an automatic response. It plays a crucial role in understanding a wide range of behaviors, including emotional and physiological responses. Ivan Pavlov initially discovered classical conditioning serendipitously while researching the digestive system in dogs. He observed that dogs would start to salivate not only when they tasted food, but also when they saw the lab assistant who normally fed them. This observation led to a series of experiments and the development of classical conditioning theory. Classical conditioning involves placing a neutral signal before a naturally occurring reflex. In Pavlov's classic experiments, he used the sound of a bell, a neutral stimulus, before presenting dogs with food, an unconditioned stimulus, eventually leading to the bell alone triggering salivation, a conditioned response. In classical conditioning, an unconditioned stimulus is a stimulus that naturally and automatically triggers a response without any prior learning, for example, food in Pavlov's experiment. An unconditioned response is the natural, automatic reaction to the unconditioned stimulus, such as salivation in response to food. A conditioned stimulus is initially a neutral stimulus. After being repeatedly paired with the unconditioned stimulus, it begins to evoke a similar response. In Pavlov's experiment, the bell became a conditioned stimulus after being paired with the presentation of food. A conditioned response is the learned response to the previously neutral stimulus. In Pavlov's dogs, salivation in response to the bell alone was the conditioned response. Classical conditioning principles are applied in various therapeutic techniques, such as in the treatment of phobias and anxiety disorders, using methods like systematic desensitization. Understanding how classical conditioning works can help in developing effective teaching and learning strategies, especially in creating positive learning environments. Advertisers often use classical conditioning to associate their products with positive feelings or experiences. Classical conditioning is widely used in animal training, shaping animal behavior by associating certain stimuli with rewards or punishments. The use of classical conditioning, especially in human subjects, raises ethical questions, particularly in the context of involuntary or unconscious learning. While classical conditioning explains a range of behaviors, it is limited in addressing more complex learning and cognitive processes. Modern psychology integrates classical conditioning with other learning theories, like operant conditioning, to provide a more comprehensive understanding of behavior. In conclusion, classical conditioning is a cornerstone concept in psychology, offering fundamental insights into how associative learning occurs. It has broad applications, from clinical psychology to education and beyond. While it provides a foundational understanding of certain types of learning, its integration with other psychological theories offers a more complete picture of the complexities of behavior and learning processes.